What's up, guys? Welcome to Blue Presents podcast where I discuss all things music and how it affects my life. And today on my show, I am joined by John, Bill, Stephanie of the band Black North. And man, we are talking about their latest EP that's about to drop on November 15th, The Lost Year Volume 1, man. And unfortunately, we had some time constraints. Stephanie was at work. John was out and about. So this is a little bit shorter of an interview, but still a great interview. You should check these guys out, man. We talk about everything from their record to their gelling process and how they're working out with everything, as well as they're having an EP release show November 15th at All Tones in Jewett City, which is actually sold out. So that's awesome stuff, man. And once again, guys, I just want to say thank you for listening to today's show or listening to any of these shows that I've posted throughout the year, man. This is my second to last show for the year. Unfortunately, work's about to get a little hectic for me, so I'm not going to have as much time, but I'm going to pick it back up in 2021, and I'm very much looking forward to doing that with you guys. As always, if you like to be a guest on the show or you have a show idea, hit me up on Facebook and Instagram, Blue Presents a Podcast, and on Twitter at Podcast of Blue. But before we get started, I've got two things for you guys. First, we're going to listen to one of their brand new songs off their upcoming EP called Valley of the Horse, which is an absolute awesome song, punk influence, doomish, should definitely kick ass. And before we get started, listen to my man AJ Pelletier tell you why you should be listening to the Roads We Travel podcast.
Hey everyone, AJ Pelletier here, and I'm here to talk to you about my podcast, The Roads We've Traveled. It's a podcast where every week I talk to guests and friends from music, art, comedy, and more about their journeys through life, their struggles, their joys, and everything in between. You also get to know a little bit more about me and my journey as well. So if you like podcasts about good conversations about life, or maybe you're just looking to relate to somebody about some things you may be going through as well, then The Roads We've Traveled is the podcast for you. Subscribe to us today on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, or wherever you guys get your podcasts from. Check us out and subscribe to us on YouTube. And check us out at facebook.com/Roads We've Traveled podcast. All right, everyone. Thanks.
Take
What's up, guys? Welcome to Blue Presents a Podcast. I've already messed up with these guys, but thank you for Bill, John, and Stephanie for joining me from the Black North. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Good, man.
I apologize for recording for 5 minutes without realizing you weren't on the track. But anyways, we're a little bit on time constraints, and I appreciate you guys joining me. So usually I ask, what are your top 5 artists? Today we're just going to ask each one of you, which are the artists that influenced you the most? We'll start with John.
I would just say the Ramones, big punk rock guy when I was a kid, Johnny Cash, all the greats.
Yep. Bill?
I do like that stuff too, but definitely Elvis Costello has been a constant through everything. Meshuggah, just all over the map.
And then Stephanie, yeah.
My constants have been Nirvana and Say Anything. So grunge and emo.
Nothing wrong with that. And then, so we're here to talk about your guys' latest EP that's coming out, The Lost Year, Volume 1. It's a nice little 2-tracker, as Bill holds up the nice little, packaging we got there. It looks great. You guys look great on it. And we're going to talk about the first song on the record, because this is a 2-track EP, man. And the first song is Muskrat. Once again, I'm asking you guys about the sound, and what you guys did that just made it sound. Both tracks are so different from each other. Muskrat kind of starts off nice and doomy. So was that intentional, the sound?
No. For Muskrat, definitely. Yeah, I got it. For Muskrat, that's definitely a more emotionally driven, doomy, haunting song. It was intentional. That song, the way it is on the record, it didn't start out like that. We worked with Ant Reckhart of Pentagram, and he we reconstructed that song, and he really helped us bring it to life. But we definitely wanted it to be emotional and doomy and slow and heavy. So
yeah, Ant did come by and make some suggestions on arrangements and stuff. So big shout out to Ant, and also big thank you to Dave Kaminsky over at Studio Wormwood just for making all of this sound so
that little dude.
He is just a magician. He really is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So once again, like I said, the vocals on this are what really, really shine for me between Stephanie's vocals and Bill's vocals. Bill's being harsher, Stephanie's being more heavenly. Like, once again, the intentionalness of that sound, because like you said, it sounds really emotionally driven, and you're getting, like I said, you're getting harshness from Bill, you're getting, heavenly from Stephanie. It seems intentional, like what you guys are providing. You guys are providing an atmosphere. It's like setting the table. You guys are making sure the plates and the forks are on the table, ready to go.
Don't forget about the pizza.
Exactly.
John's our pizza.
Intentional though.
Yeah.
I had always envisioned the two of us singing together from the start, and one of the main reasons, honestly, is that I've gotten much better. But initially, when we started this project, I was pretty weak vocally, but I wanted to do much of the singing. And Stephanie was fantastic, so I kind of wanted that to hide behind, really. But I've gotten stronger since then, and it really works out well, and it's just very natural,
And the feedback we get from people is really good.
Yeah,
that's exactly it. Because I remember, like, when we were first starting to play out, started asking some of the other local musicians, what they liked about us, and one of the things early on was the girl-boy vocalists. So
yeah, and I think
that's really
I think it complements everything that you guys do. I've seen Stephanie in her other project, so I know she's just an amazing vocalist as it is. And then you put that together with what Bill does, and it's a good combination. It's a good back and forth. So let's talk about the next song on the record, Valley of the Horse, which is a completely different sound. Starts off real punk. As I understand, John had a hand in getting that going.
Oh yeah.
Well, we all of us bring something to the table when we practice, and I was like, hey, I got this jam, which I think I threw a little bass on and some drums, and then we just made it our own. You know, we all contributed to that. So, but yeah, totally based on Misfits, man, like early '80s Misfits. That beat.
And then Stephanie goes from so heavenly to so brutal in this song as well too.
Angry.
Once again, it's another good contrast, and I think what people are going to get from this EP is a little bit of everything that you guys do, and what you're bringing to the table. Bill, some of your guitar riffs on this record are absolutely tremendous. Your solos are fucking epic, man.
Thanks. I appreciate
let's talk about the song structure you guys put together when writing a Black North song.
Okay, well, we throw a bunch of riffs at the wall, and we literally have a whiteboard on the wall, and we just keep rearranging them until it works. That's it. There's no science.
It's really not. I mean, go ahead, John.
Well, what I was going to say, one of the things I love about Steph is that she's always saying, oh, that song sounds a little bit like that song, or, you know, this part of that song. And so every song that we do, we try to do differently, you know, with Steph's ear and Bill's, obviously. But she's really the one that is like, oh, we got to make this sound a little different because it sounds like a riff in another song. So I really appreciate that about Steph and, you know, her ability to, you know, make everything sound different. Because a lot of bands, every song sounds the same, you know.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Bill. I'll say something good about you soon, buddy.
No, I mean, I appreciate it. Like, it's really great working with John and Steph because it's not. No one writes a song.
Yeah.
None of us write a song. Like, we write songs. You know, we get
collectively.
Together. Nobody comes here and says, "Okay, I've written a song." You know, we get together, and things happen, and it cohesively comes together as a song. And I'm very fortunate to work with somebody, you know, as talented as John on drums, and not just on drums. You know, John plays guitar and bass, and he brings things to the table. He brings riffs. You know, if he hears, he'll grab a bass and start playing it. And somebody like Stephanie is just incredible. You know, I mean, you know, Victor or Victor. It's just that project is amazing.
Absolutely
amazing. And then to
a
have
little too high of a pay grade for this band.
Well, I mean, so I posed the question to John and Bill. How is it working with someone who's younger than you and is, in no disrespect to you guys are absolutely talented. This record, if anything, just this production, besides production wise, just all the music together. But how is it working with someone like Stephanie who maybe has a younger, different view than what you guys have? It sounds like you guys are taking it in stride and being like understanding and viewing her voice as a credible voice as well too.
She's younger.
She's younger.
She's like an old dude. She's like 90 in like a 18-year-old body.
You should hear creaks and groans at practice and complains about her back. She's not younger than us.
I just look it.
I never even think about it, dude.
She's on SSI or something. She's getting. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Damn.
Oh my god, but no.
She humps her own bass amps. I mean, she's a beast, man. She's a Viking.
I mean, honestly though, like it's a non-issue. Like,
yeah, it really is. Like even just like, you know, when shows were more common, and we'd be out late, you know, like rocking out late into the night. I'm loving it, but you know, by the end of the night, we're all equally as tired, if I'm being honest. And I think I don't know if that's just because like I've exhausted myself over the years, or it's just because I put so much energy into it, you know, because music is my place to expel everything, and being able to create with these guys and like, you know, rock out, write music and like share ideas is really, it's great. It's helpful to me, and we're all just as tired at the end of our practice and at the end of our shows. Man. So,
and the seem to be much different either. Like, me coming at it from, having to promote shows on AOL chat rooms back in the day, straight edge hardcore chat, like, flyering everywhere and shit, like, to, now, like, Instagram flyers and stuff. Like, the perspective really isn't any different. Like, honestly, there's almost 20-year age gap between Steph and I, and even more between John, if we're honest, but not by much.
I'm 50. I'm an old man. The playing field's the same, really.
No, and it seems like you guys have good. Yeah, sorry about that. Seems like you guys have a good gelling, and definitely in these two songs, you can definitely see the gelling that has happened between all three of you, and it makes for a very mighty sound. Besides your production quality and wherever you guys went to record these songs, it just sounds like you guys got a big sound, and there's only three of you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's hard. That's hard to do these days. There's three pieces around here that just don't sound as epic, as doomy, as big. That's what I have to say. The record sounds big. You guys sound more like a 5 and 6 piece.
Again, we'll take some credit for that, but again, Dave Kaminsky, flipping amazing. Studio Wormwood. Mm-hmm. He is just fantastic.
Yeah.
That was a spiritual experience recording with Dave, man.
That was a day
beyond what we thought we could do, and wanted and insisted and demanded perfection.
No, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, man, if you go record with that guy, he's going to bring the best out. He's going to tear you down, and he's going to pull everything you have out. So it was an amazing experience.
No, that's for real. Like, you guys, and then that's I say this on this show all the time. You can have the best producer in the world. You can pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for the best producer in the world. But if they don't give a shit about what you're doing, you're not going to get that sound. You're not going to get that quality. And you're not going to get what you envisioned, as well as some of the things that other people envision as well, too. Because we as artists, I think all of us, when you get close to something, you're just like, no, this is great. I like it how it is. But you're not willing sometimes to accept the fact that someone else may have a differing opinion. It may not be negative. They're just wanting to show you something, to add something to that. And it sounds like Dave gave you guys that, that view, I don't know. To be honest with you, like I said, I think the record sounds great. I think it's a great show of what I think could be considered, some good modern rock, doom, even some punk influence in there, and I'd love to see what a full length will bring you guys. Have you guys having any thoughts into putting together a longer EP or maybe an album at this time?
I would like to do a full length as soon as possible. We have, I think, enough material to fill one out. Actually,
we have 8 songs done in the done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's about it. That's a full length, isn't it?
Nowadays, yeah, sure, yeah, man. I've seen that. I've seen people put out albums that are less than 8.
Yeah, for real.
Confusing.
But we definitely.
Go ahead, Steph.
We definitely plan to. We basically went in to the studio with intent to bang those 2 songs out, and then future-wise go back and either do another EP or do a full length. But we really we love both of those songs, and we really wanted to get something out to our fans. And so we thought those 2 songs represented us the best.
Mm-hmm.
So those were the first 2 ones that we wanted to just get out to the world. But
if I recall, oh, I'm sorry, Steph.
No, it's okay. I was just going to say we definitely want to record.
We had Ant Record come over, and he picked those 2 songs, and we agreed, and then he helped us make those songs better. He spent a lot of time with us, and one of the things he said was, he goes, we make music that sounds good for ourselves, to us,
mm-hmm.
but we also need to make it palatable for the masses, make it sound good for other people. So he was kind of instrumental in helping us pick those songs and really get them, and even with the drums, really get them to the point where, they weren't my favorite songs, but, they pretty much are now.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yep.
it's like I said, the record sounds big, and it sounds like you guys definitely got a great advice to make to make these two songs as impactful, as powerful, and stuff like that. So you guys have this coming out. Not only do you have this coming out in a time where we unfortunately are limited in things we can do in the world, you guys are actually putting together, or have put together, a show November 15th. You guys CD release show at All Tones, which anybody who's ever listened to this show knows that All Tones holds a very special place in my heart. It's where I had my wedding reception. It's where I've played plenty of shows. So just talk about that. Talk about playing a show during these times, as well as playing it in a place that I consider a second home.
Steph?
Well, honestly, playing a show during these times kind of makes, in my opinion, I kind of feel like a rock star, because our tickets sold out so fast, and experiencing that is really cool, because we have people who genuinely are excited, want to come see us, and that's really exciting to know that they're supporting us. I do know, like, part of it, is not being able to go to shows for so long, but I'm gonna take it for what it is. I appreciate the fact that we freaking sold that show out, and we're gonna rock it. Altones, it's gonna be a different experience. Obviously, people are gonna be sitting at tables. They can't get up. We have a barrier on the stage, but I'm gonna treat it like any other show. I try to go and play shows like it's a stadium, or if it's 3 people, I still play it like it's 300 people. So I'm just excited that we finally have a show. I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to show people what we got, and I'm grateful we sold it out, because it makes us feel like rock stars, and
Hell yeah.
like, grateful to Altones for providing a place where we can bring our community and have a show and be semi-normal.
Yeah.
It's important.
I think it's rough, like, with everything that's going on, especially over here in Massachusetts, where things are kind of like jumping up. And I don't mean to make this turn for a negative, because we're talking about so many positive things about you guys doing, but I do think it's a positive thing that you guys are playing a show and giving people something entertaining to do on a night where most people are like, how are we going to enjoy staying in the house again another night,
Yeah.
I think we've also
Now-
been. Oh, sorry, John.
No, go ahead, buddy.
I think we've been, particularly lucky as a band, us, this this whole event. I mean, first of all, one of the primary goals with making this EP, in addition to just making it, was, we've been fairly successful over the last year with booking and, having people get to know us with no recorded material. And we really were hoping to expand beyond our territory, get some more stuff out, Hampshire, Vermont, New York, and play some more shows. And that's clearly going to happen soon now. But that was the point, was to get this, music so we could have something for people to listen to that represented us, so we could get more booking. But with the way this year went, so many people not being able to play, I think we've been very lucky, because right at the end of March, we were able to play like 2 or 3 days before Massachusetts shut down entertainment. We played, our last normal show in Massachusetts. So at the end of March, and then we were able to play another safe, socially distant show. When was that? May, June?
No, it was
Right at the Horsebrook Cafe.
Yeah.
had to have been April.
Okay, yeah. So we were able to play then, and now we've got this release show coming up in November. So, I mean, it's only 3 shows, but so many other people haven't been able to play any. And I feel really grateful to have been able to play that many. I'm also grateful that
we have this opportunity.
The 15th is the day before my birthday, so we get to drop the CD right before my birthday.
Hey.
Happy birthdays.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with that. What's your feelings on all this, John, right now?
Oh man. Like Steph said, like Bill said, it's just it's really a privilege and an honor, and I mean, to be able to play during this time. You know, it's like people miss it so bad. People miss live music so bad, man. And it's like our duty to play for our fans, man. It's, you know, it's our duty to get out there and give it all, because it's a scary world, man. And that's what really helps, you know, bring humanity together is art, you know, and creativity. And so we're just honored to be able to be part of that, man. And we're just honored to be able to be here on your show. You know, it's like everybody's got to think out of the box now on how to promote themselves, how to, you know, do things differently. So it's amazing, you know, what the music community in this area is doing. And, you know, just to be able to play the show next week, you know, with people sitting at tables and a barrier, you know, it's a little weird, but man, I'll take what we can get. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
I just want to smash the drums until they break, bro. That's all I want to do with these two guys.
No, and there's nothing wrong with that. And, you know, I like I said, I think it's awesome that you guys are having the ability to do this. And like you said, it's a challenging time in which to find yourself putting on a show. You see people doing different things like live streams and stuff like that. Have you guys thought about doing any of that stuff maybe a little bit later on down the road? Nice little live stream. Maybe bring in some cameras and, you know, put on something for you know, the internet community, if you will.
We actually had thought about it early on.
Mm-hmm.
Still thinking about it, but from the tech side of things, I don't really have a good board to interface cameras with for OBS to broadcast with.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some hodgepodge cameras.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a good video interface. So, you know, offline, if you have any suggestions to interface, you know, my cameras and control with OBS to do a camera stream with.
I'll be honest with you, I'm about to ask you a couple questions when we get offline, because I've got some questions that you might be able to help me with OBS.
Fair.
Trying to try something different, but we're a little off task. But I know Stephanie's getting kind of short on time, man. I just want to say thank you guys for coming out, man, and just, you know, talking with me here today, man. And like I said, the show's November 15th. Is there going to be a place where people can get it online that can attend the show, that can get the record? I do know you guys have your social medias here, and let me read a couple off here because this is what we do here. We got blacknorth.com, and then on Instagram we got _black_north, and then on Facebook it's Black North, and then you guys also have a Bandcamp as well too. Is that where people will be able to get the Lost Year Volume 1?
You'll be able to get it at blacknorthband.com.
Okay.
blacknorth.bandcamp.com.
Mm-hmm.
Or from any of us.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, wherever. Every streaming platform. We're going to be Amazon, iTunes, Tidal, Deezer,
Spotify.
Yeah, man. And that's going to be awesome, man. So anybody who's listening to this show, man, definitely check this record when it drops, man. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, John, man.
Thank you for having us.
No problem, bro. Thank you for having us.
No problem. And Bill, I'll be hitting you up soon. All right, man. Thank you, guys.
Love you, Bill. Love you, Steph.
Love you guys.
Love the love, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.